The scene in A Year in the Life where Rory talks to Christopher about why he wasn't around when she was little is almost the exact reason in and of itself why I like to show clips of TV shows on TikTok. Problem is, TikTok gets mad when I show clips and it talks about copyright violations and all that jazz. So I'll just go over it through with you because I think it's a very important scene. Because one of the main things about Gilmore Girls is the fact that almost everything that we get from the past is straight up Lorelai's perspective, and she's somebody who time and time again has said that she exaggerates, so we don't actually get to see a lot of what happened in the different sides of things. We mostly just get vibes. And so in this particular scene, Christopher talks about his side of the story, and Rory asks him some very surprisingly direct questions. He answers, again, surprisingly honestly. So we'll go piece by piece. She tells Christopher, hey, look, I'm writing a book, and you're probably going to show up in it. And he is immediately supportive. He's like, score. Good for you, baby girl. All right. And that's when she rears up and says, all right, it's time for the big questions, Big Daddy. Question 1. How did you feel about mom raising me alone? Boom, big one, right out the gate. His response is, ouch. And he gives his answer. She did what she wanted to do. He wasn't consulted. Her running off and going to Stars Hollow, living in a little shed, that is not a thing that she said, hey, Christopher, here's what we're going to do. She just made the decision because that's who Lorelai is. And everything that we've seen and heard from younger Lorelai, that tracks. That's exactly what she would have done. And Rory's like, okay, I get that. I get that she did that, but you just let her. Why did you just let her do it? And he owns up to it. He's like, yeah, I guess I did. I let her do it. And she's like, okay, but all these years, how do you feel about the fact that you just let her? And he's like, you know what? It is what it is. That's how it was fated. That's how it was supposed to be. From the second that you two were together, nobody was taking away Lorelai's baby from her, not separating them even a little bit. Little Lorelai Gilmore was not interested in co-parenting and any kind of separate agreements, time here, time there. Not about that. She's like, what? She didn't let you in on us at all? He's like, you know what I mean? She's like, okay, so is that why you weren't there? She made all the decisions and she pushed you away. He's like, bro, we were young. She was young. I was young. She is a force of nature. Nobody's going to tell Lorelai Gilmore what to do. And she is not interested in taking suggestions from anybody, not even the baby's dad. Uncontrollable, sure about everything. There was no way that he was going to get the win, so he didn't try. And this is the part that gets me. She's like, you could have fought her. You could have tried to talk her out of it. This is her saying like, Dad, why didn't you try to fight for me? He's like, bro, did you ever try talking to your mom out of anything? That's not going to happen. Roy pivots and she says, okay, so do you think it was the right decision? And he says, you know what, kiddo? I think it's just what was supposed to happen. And I really respect him for not demonizing Lorelai and saying what was right, what was wrong. Just being like, here's the reality of the situation and it is what it is. I'm not going to assign value judgments to what happened. And at that point, Rory kind of just had to accept it. Was like, yeah, all right. And he reassures her, like, throughout any of all the jam, I do love you.